What's up, YouTube? I'm Nick from Rosity Magic, and today I'm going to show you my Kaiju Yosenju deck profile. This isn't card for card when I played at regionals, but it's close enough. I went X4, pretty close to top 48, but I didn't make it, unfortunately. At first, I was going to be like, oh, let's get rid of it. I am still building Masked Heroes. I think the deck is underrated and really good right now. So I'm going to build that. I just need to pick up my extra staples and some sleeves and some of the extra deck. And I'll have the whole deck built. And so I'll have two decks, and that's all I really wanted was two decks. And then as time goes along, both of them will go into their own variations and edits and see how I can make them as good as can possibly be. So enough of my tangent, let's show you the damn deck. So for the Yosenju engine, we play 3-1. He's the best one. He lets you bounce. 3-2 can attack directly, but damage is cut in half. 3-3, he lets you search when a Yosenju deals damage that isn't 3. And 2 Sujic because damage step things. I kind of went through that fast. I've explained Yosenjus enough. You can normal summon them if another one resolves. So for those of you who want to beat this deck, or Yosenju in general, just stop the first one, and then you stop everything. It has to be with Effect Negation or Solemn. Like Bottomlessing and 2, I'll just summon 3-1 and punch your face in. So the reason we built the deck is because, or I built the deck, is because 1 can bounce something. And if you give your opponent a Kaiju with no field spell, you can just tribute off their monster, give yourself back the Kaiju, because you own the card. Your opponent does not. It's under their control, but it's not their card, it's your card. So 1 will put it back in your hand. Then for Kaijus, we play 3 Gamma Seal, he's the best one. 3 Kamungus, he's the second best, and 2 Dogran. Gamma Seal can negate things and banish it, as it says right there. You can remove 2 Kaiju counters anywhere on the field, negate the activation of an effective banish it. It cannot be itself. It cannot be itself. And it's the owner of the current controller Gamma Seal, not just the original owner. So let's say you give your opponent Gamma Seal and you have Waterfront on 2 counters, and you summon a 2. You activate the effect. Your opponent can go Gamma Seal negate, and there you go. But really, you can function without the field spell, but let's try and get the field spell. There we go. Kamungus is Fiendish Chain for a turn, and it works on all Pendulum Summon monsters. So if your opponent goes like P4, you go Kamungus effect, negate all their effects and they can't attack. And then you can give yourself Dogran by either Tribute Summon, or like give it to your opponent and then switch control of it with some card that's not in the stack that you could play. And you can just nuke them. Or like if they have skill drain, you can special it to give your you can give your opponent a Gamma Seal, and then you can give yourself Dogran, nuke them, yada yada yada. Merry Christmas. And then Dogran, you can remove 3 in Raigeki and he can't attack. The reason you only play 2 is because he's got 3,000 attack, and you usually want to give your opponent Gamma Seal and yourself Dogran, not the other way around. Dogran, and also Dogran's only good if you have 1. Because, like, if your Yosenju gets stopped, your Kaijus are just going to beat your face in, and you don't want that, so. That's the best monster lineup, in my opinion, for this deck. Onto the spells. 3 Tenki. Obviously. 3 Chicken Game for consistency. And, like, if both of you are below 1,000, Chicken Lock, where it's like Gamma Seal Chicken Game, you can just never lose that. 2 Waterfront. I was originally playing 3 because this is the heart and soul of the deck. But you only need 2 because this card is so dead in multiples. Like, this really isn't dead in multiples because you can just cycle, but this is. So originally I was playing 3, but I took 1 out for a Necro Valley because Necro Valley is so good right now. You just play Necro Valley, you lock your opponent out of the graveyard. You lock yourself out of the graveyard, but there's not a single card in this deck that works with the grave, so no one gives a damn if you lock yourself out of the graveyard. And then because we play field spells, there's 3 Terraforming. And then I main deck 2 MST to deal with Pendulum monsters. And, you know, Skill Drain's kind of a card. On for traps, 2 Mind Crush. People still search, so you might as well play Mind Crush. And then staples in the form of Solemn, Bottomless, Compulse, Torrential, and Vanities. I will at regionals, instead of playing Torrential, I played Book of Moon. So if I can find my Book of Moon, I will replace the Torrential with it, but for now it's fine. Extra deck, just a bunch of rank 4s. I'm not going to explain their effects, you should know what they do. 1 Rhapsody, 1 Burner Visor. This is just so that You can give it to an Xyz monster, give it 1,000 attack, and it can attack your opponent directly. So you really only do that on like a cast out with no material. It's 3k, just get in for that last bit of damage, like Kamatu can do with multiple Tenkis on board. The dream is real. I wish my camera would work so I could show you, but I finally have 2 cowboys. So I play 2 cowboy in the extra. Oh god, so good. 1 dweller for Gradle, BA, and Yangtze. 1 Maelstrom to stall. 1 Roach to negate synchro summons and whatnot. Samurai for an OTK, and you can protect your Kaijus. 2 Castell, it's pretty mandatory right now at 2, I think. 1 Black Ship to Yangzings, really. And plus, like, if your opponent summons Joker, and let's say, like, skill drain's on board, it's negated, that way you can just throw Black Ship down, book a moon it with the effect on the chain link, and it works, and it's beautiful. 1 Pappy Operative, I would replace this with a Lightning Chidori. This is fine. You actually summon this a little bit. You go into this a bit, and this should be a Ragna 0 and or a rank 8 like Felgrand. Alright, that's it for the extra. Onto the side. I played 2 Battle Fader. This is for mostly OTKs and Pepe. Because the Yosenjus go back to your hand, you're really prone to getting OTK'd. I don't play Mirror Force because I don't want my opponent's stuff going to the extra, and I don't want to play Macro because Waterfront needs cards to go to the grave to get counters. And when it has counters, I can search Kaiju, so I don't want to interfere with that. So I play Battle Fader just as a way to stop my opponent from OTKing me. I play 1 Thunder King because you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Without searching. Like, legit. If you took out the Tenkis and the Kama 3s and whatnot, you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! You just go beat down. This essentially makes your opponent go beat down when they can't go beat down. And that's when you capitalize. You summon for your Yosenjus and you go bam, 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 and eventually they die. 1 Grand Mole. This is for Avian because Avian, I don't believe, can negate in the damage step. If he could, then whatever. I don't think he can negate in the damage step. Let me show you Apex Avian real fast. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about. This card right here. It says when an effect is activated, you can target a face-up Miss Valley, put it in your hand, negate it, and destroy the effect. So the combo is that with Gramble, if this works, I don't know if it does, I believe it does. You go, if they have an Avian on board, you can attack. This effect activates at the start of the damage step, so we're too far into battle for Avian to activate its effect. And then you Mind Crush Avian, that way you don't have to deal with it. That's what I did against some guy. He had, what happened? He wasted an Avian on my Kama, on my Sujik boosting from, from field, so it's like, okay, battle phase, attack, 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 and then it went back to his hand from one, so then I flipped Mind Crush and named it. He had 2 of them in his hand and he lost from there. But that's the main reason this is in the side. I played 2 Arrow. Also, you can replace this with MST if you wanted to. I played 2 Arrow. This can get through the damage that you can't get through, and it can kill Pendulum Scales. 2 Trio. This is for BA and Psyframe. That's it. For those of you who don't know what it does, it special summons 3 Ojama tokens to your opponent's side of the field. They can't be tributed for a tribute summon, and if they are destroyed, your opponent takes 300 damage. And 2 Iron Wall and 2 Light Mirror. These are for Cosmo. This is also for Inferno and Ritual Beast. This is for Satellar Knight and Rogue like Bujin and Lightsworn. Soul Drain is for BA, obviously, and Yangsang. You can just be like, no bitch. no effect for you. And then I side Magic Drain just because no one's really like heavily playing spells right now. This is all like a 30 monster deck format. So you just Magic Drain their Pendulum Scale. You can easily get your opponent in top deck mode by wasting all their resources. With Mind Crushes and battle and stuff, you can easily put them in top deck mode. And if they what am I saying? If they go to activate a scale and they don't have any cards in it, you should be like negate, and it's like they can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. So now I'm going to talk about the strengths and weaknesses real fast. This deck is so consistent. You don't have to worry about. Sure, you get your brick hands every once in occasion, but you play 12 consistency cards. This gets consistency, And you don't need the Kaiju engine to win. If your opponent shuts out your Kaiju engine, you can just win with the Yosenju engine. That's all. Like, the Yosenju engine is the core of the deck. It's basically Yosenju's, but this is the deal. The Kaijus are there to deal with problem monsters, and the side deck helps you out just with bad matchups. So anyway, that is my Kaiju Yosenju deck profile. I would love to hear your thoughts of it in the comment section below. I would love to hear what you guys think about it, and what you guys are playing, and what you think would be better, what you think would be worse. I'll see if I can get some Dead Pro replays of this deck going, or like some DN commentary with it. I am pretty high rated on DN. I think I'm like 1140 something, so I'm going up against pretty high rated players. Anyway, I'm Nick from City Magic. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.